Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Hobo here today, and we're doing some Week 7 predictions in the NFL, and we have a very exciting week on tap, starting with the Thursday night game tomorrow, Bears at Packers. This is going to be a good game. The Packers have struggled lately. They're not looking like the Packers of old, but the Bears, they're just a bad team all around, so that's why I got to pick the Packers over the Bears here. Then we got the Giants at the Rams, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time in London, England. This is going to be a fun game, but it's also going to be a defensive battle. The Giants have the, I believe, 17th defense in the NFL, 17th best defense in the NFL, and the Rams have the 19th best defense in the NFL. Maybe it's switched around. I don't know. As a matter of fact, it is. It is. I just checked. And the Giants have one of the best offenses in the NFL. Their offense is 13th in the NFL, while the Rams sit at 31st. The only reason why I'm breaking this game down to you is because I'm a Giants fan. You know, it's going to be a fun game to watch. The Giants offense is starting to get going. They started last week, even though we lost. But then they're starting to pick it up. Or actually 2 weeks ago we lost, but last week we beat the Ravens, and the offense really started to look good in the second half of that game. As long as we're able to, overpower the Rams defense, which is like the same in any game, we're going to win. And the Giants are going to beat the Rams in London, England. Saints at Chiefs. This game I'm looking forward to because the Saints, they're not a bad team. Let's just throw that out there. They have a lackluster defense, but their offense is fun to watch. But the Chiefs, they're not the team that I thought they would be sitting right here in Week 7. With that being said, though, I'm going to have to pick the Chiefs over the Saints. Colts at Titans. The Colts are a mess. They're in shambles. I don't even know what this team is. Like, they're pitiful. They are. They lost to Osweiler in the Texans last week in overtime. And the Titans, they're going to solidly beat the Colts as well. So there you go, Titans over Colts. Vikings, Eagles. A few weeks ago, we would have thought, wow, these two juggernauts are going to go at it. These teams are going to be undefeated going into this game. But the Eagles have dropped the last two, so now things are looking a bit interesting with the Vikings still sitting at 5-0 coming off their bye. The Vikings are going to beat the Eagles. There's no way that Philadelphia comes out on top in this game. Browns at Bengals. This is always one of my fun games to watch every year because the Browns are terrible and the Bengals are traditionally always better than the Browns. So there you go. Bengals beat Browns. Redskins, Lions. The Lions beat the undefeated Eagles, so who's to say they can't beat Kirk Cousins, which that's not saying very much because Kirk Cousins is garbage. So there you go. Lions over Redskins. Raiders at Jaguars. I love me some Jaguars and I love me some Raiders. These two teams are fun, young teams to watch. And this is really a coin toss. I'm going to go with the Raiders. So, Raiders over Jaguars. Bills at Dolphins. AFC East matchup here. Going to be really fun. The Dolphins, they're starting to kind of settle down into the team that they want to be. Excuse me. And the Bills, they've picked it up, especially in that demolition of the San Francisco 49ers last week that I don't think anybody predicted happening, including me, even though I predicted them to win. I didn't know they were going to destroy and wash the floor with the 49ers. But the Bills will beat the Dolphins here. The Dolphins just really don't have a defense, so Bills over Dolphins. Ravens at Jets. Giants just beat the Ravens, exposed their defense for what they really are, a poor defensive team. And the Jets, they're awful. They're god-awful. They're going to start Geno Smith on Sunday against these Ravens, and it's not going to matter who you throw in at quarterback. If you put John Elway in his prime in there, if you put Brett Favre in there, you put Joe Montana in there, you put any quarterback you can think of, you put Y.E. Tittle in at quarterback for the New York Jets, and they're still not going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens over Jets. Buccaneers at 49ers. The Niners, they suck. Like the Jets, they're terrible. And like the Browns, they're terrible. And they're not going to be able to beat the Buccaneers, who have a really good team. So Buccaneers over 49ers. Chargers, Falcons. This is going to be fun. This is probably my game of the week right here. This is going to be a fun game. Two teams that like to score a lot of points. Matty Ice is an animal. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones are just going to absolutely torch this Chargers defense. The only hope the Chargers have is if Joey Bosa gets going, and he got hurt last week, so we'll see about that. But my pick here is Falcons over Chargers. Patriots Steelers. No Roethlisberger. Patriots beat Steelers. Seahawks at Cardinals. This is going to be a fun game. I always love watching the Seahawks Cardinals games. These games are so fun every single year. But this year it's going to be a little bit different. The Seahawks have finally figured out the formula that they need to win. They're probably the most complete team in football. The Vikings, no. The Eagles, no. The Packers, no. Any team you can think of, pretty much. The Broncos, they're not a complete team. The Seahawks, they have offense and defense. Most teams just have defense nowadays. There's a very few teams that just have solid offense. Like, I couldn't even think off the top of my head what team just has a lot of offense and no defense. Yeah, the Saints. There you go. That's one. But the Seahawks are a complete team. The Cardinals, I don't know what's going on in Arizona, but they're not going to walk out of their home stadium in Phoenix with a win. Seahawks over Cardinals. Then your Monday night game, Texans Broncos. Brock Osweiler finally gets his chance at retribution against the Denver Broncos. It's going to be fun. I want to see Von Miller hit Brock a few times, but I also want to see Brock do well, and I want to see whoever's playing quarterback. I think it's still Trevor Siemian. I think so. So if Simeon's playing for the Broncos, then yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup. Texans have a good defense. Broncos have a great defense. Both teams have okay offenses. Texans more so. So in this game, I'm going to pick the Texans to beat the Broncos, and it's going to be close. So there you have it, everybody. That's Week 7 in the NFL wrapped up in a tiny little package, and I just put the bow on it, you know what I'm saying? So if you think that I'm a stupid idiot and I got all of my predictions wrong, let me know in the comment section below, because I want to have some educated football discussions with each and every one of you. And that's going to do it for me, your boy Hobo, and I will catch you guys in the next video.